Ha 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 ha. What a load of bullshit. I'm about to start this stream talking about evolution, talking about some breaking news, by the way, because I think it is breaking news. What's about to happen with the NXT title at Slammiversary. But right as I start to get ready for the stream to hit play on the stream, I'm seeing this report from Fightful. Well, I'll address that later. By the way, this report I'm seeing right now about the talent, WWE talent, are reportedly, what was it, unhappy with Evolution coming together, feeling set up because they put on All In Weekend. We're gonna talk about that after the. I'm gonna save that because if I get on that now, it's gonna derail me. I'm gonna be focused on that. I'm gonna rant, and then I'm gonna be focused with that. So let's just stop there. I'm pretend like I didn't see this, and let's focus on Evolution, Masha Slamovich, and we'll come back to this because I really don't want to be triggered right now because I feel that report is absolute bullshit. Anyway, what is up, folks? It is I, Will, with Exposing the IWC. I hope all is well. Come on in. We have a lot to talk about. This stream is going to be like, I want to say it's going to be more focused to the ladies, I think. I'm pretty sure. Women's wrestling, probably. Because all the news that I want to talk about is kind of lines up with that, with the women. And I'm going to start with Masha Slamovich. So, it looks like, I could be wrong. I'm never wrong. I'm joking. I could be wrong. But it looks like history will be made at Slammiversary. So, July 20th, Slammiversary, we have Masha Slamovich will be taking on the winner of the match at Evolution. Jacy Jayne versus Jordynne Grace. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I believe Masha Slamovich is about to be a trivia question or a trivia answer because I believe she's set to make history, folks. She will be the first woman or man to win the WWE title working for a different promotion. It is happening. It is happening. It is happening. What's up, King? What's up, Rowan? It's happening. Straight up. Masha Slamovich is going to be a two-time champ or double champ. She's going to be double champ, walking around with the NXT title and the TNA Knockouts title. Now, why do I think that? Well, look at the match that was announced last night. Ariana Grace and her father got on the camera and told the world, hey, this match is happening. Masha taking on the winner of the match at Evolution, Jacy Jayne versus Jordynne Grace. Now, Jordynne Grace and Jacy Jayne, this match takes place a week before Slammiversary on Sunday. This is what I'll tell you guys, folks. If you want to know what's going to happen on this show with this result, you don't look at NXT. You don't look at NXT. You look at TNA. Okay? This is a TNA show. TNA is not owned by WWE. They got to handle their own business and promote their own show and build up for their own matches, okay? So, this match, if you want to know what's going to happen, if you want to know the results or who's going to be in the match, you don't pay attention to the NXT or WWE product. No, you watch TNA. Because they have their own show to worry about. They got to sell tickets. They got to promote for their own show. What is happening on TNA programming? Are you hearing about Jordynne Grace? No. What's happening is the lovely Jacy Jayne is popping up on the screen. Last 2 weeks, you haven't seen Jordynne Grace. You've seen Jacy Jayne on the program with her belt, make some noise, attacking Masha, and causing a scene. So they're setting up their show, Slammiversary, and putting Jacy Jayne on their show. Why? Because I believe she's the one who'll be facing their champion come Slammiversary. They are promoting their programming, their PLE, their pay-per-view. Therefore, they have to make it make sense and build the story. And the story is around JC Jane, not Jordan Grace. Folks, JC Jane is retaining at Evolution. I repeat, JC Jane is retaining at Evolution. Nothing else makes sense. This build doesn't make sense. The way they're setting up the programming doesn't make sense. He's winning. Okay? Now, this is historic because I believe there is no way you are making this match Masha versus JC Jane, title for title, in a WWE win. We just saw what happened with Trick Williams. Trick and A is great for the promotion. Had Trick Williams with the belt, walking around, showing off the TNA belt, promoting the belt. Trick Williams is popular. They like him a lot. Whooped that Trick chance in NXT and TNA. So it's good for TNA for him to have that belt. Not going to convince me they're about to double dip and have another WWE superstar walk around with the TNA belt. No, now it's time for TNA to get the belt. Now it's time for Masha Slamovich, who is liked by WWE, who Shawn Michaels likes, to have the NXT belt. Okay? That is what's happening. Masha Slamovich will be double champ. Am I wrong? Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Here's Masha Slamovich on NXT a few months back, shaking hands with Shawn Michaels. This woman is going to win the belt. She's going to win the belt. She'll be walking around with 2 belts at Slammiversary. Now, this is what I thought was going to happen originally. Well, I thought JC Jane was going to retain originally when I thought she would be facing Last Legend. I was surprised that they put Jordan Grace in that spot. Like, okay, Jordan Grace has lost twice for the belt. Okay, this is the time they're going to push Last Legend. Last Legend is she's from Atlanta, so hometown girl in Evolution. You don't want to put Jordan Grace in a spot to lose again. So maybe this time, it'll be Last Legend. Last Legend will lose to JC Jane. I see JC Jane on TNA programming. Why the hell they have her over there if she's about to lose? That makes no sense. So, of course, it'll be JC Jane. Maybe Fallon Henley will help her retain, yada, yada, right? What threw me for a curveball was Jordan Grace winning that Fatal 4-Way. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this happening? Why are you setting up Jordan Grace to lose again? She's cutting these promos, talking about how it's important for her to be a champion, how she feels like she doesn't belong in WWE. Wow, they're really laying it on thick here. Maybe Jordan Grace is going to win. But it never really rung true to me. It didn't really make sense to me based on what they're doing. This match could go either way. It could. But if you look solely at TNA programming, okay, we look at TNA programming, they're pushing JC Jane. They're trying to make it make sense for their show, Slammiversary. So I have no choice to believe, but to believe that Jordan Grace is going to lose again. They can have Fallon Henley get involved. Hell, they can have Blake Monroe screw Jordan Grace. Okay? I just think at this point, the line, I feel like it's kind of like is lining up for it to be JC Jane against Masha Slamovich. It's not making sense right now for Jordan Grace. Beyond, hey, we don't want her to lose again. The story and the programming and the build calls for JC Jane. The only reason why I think it will be Jordan Grace because her promos sounding like very like, this is my time. I got to do it. It's now or never. And the fact that she lost twice already for the belt. That's the only reason. What I'm seeing on TV, the programming, the story, it screams JC Jane walks into Slammiversary champion. Am I wrong? The double champ Masha, agree. JC Jane losing a third time is a choice. It is. Then again, who are we talking about right now? Talking about Vince or talking about some other promoter? We're talking about Triple H and Shawn Michaels. They don't see the belt the same way the fans do at this point. The belt, actually, the way they look at it is probably the proper way. Not probably, it is a proper way. The belt is a storytelling device. That's all it is. They don't care about how long a reign is. They don't care about the title defenses. They don't care about how many times you lost. They feel the belt is simply a storytelling device. That's all it is. We need the belt here to tell a story. Okay. We need a belt over there to tell a story. Okay. Doesn't matter how long the reign, doesn't matter how many times he lost. All about what tells the best story. Now, we can disagree on what's a good story or not. Like, all the stories aren't good. That's my problem with it. But the concept of using the belt simply as a storytelling device, we're not counting days, we're not counting title defenses. Oh, this person needs to go at least 3 months with the belt. This person needs to have 5 title reigns to make it be nice for her, to make it be fair, or make it look good. No, it's about storytelling, period. We will move the belt where we need to move it to tell a good story. That's fine. I like that. Again, we can disagree on whether the stories are good or not. But I don't think they think of it like, oh, Jordynne Grace losing again. Not really. I don't think. Especially if it's going to pay off for her later, right? If she's going to be a mid-card champion on the main roster anyway, like, they don't really care about, oh, this person must win the NXT title because it looks good for the resume. That's not how they look at it. It's not like a resume builder. Because again, this is all fiction and storytelling. It's possible that they wanted Jordynne Grace on the card. So what are you gonna do? Put her in the Battle Royal? That kind of, I mean, she's gonna lose the Battle Royal, and it's kind of random because the NXT talent. You can put the NXT talent in the Battle Royal for the chance to go to Clash at Paris, sure, but I think they wanted her on the card because she's the best wrestler they have basically in NXT right now. She's the veteran. She's the big name. Okay, we're gonna put her in Evolution. How are we gonna get her in Evolution? Title match. Okay. She's gonna lose? Okay. We'll protect her. She won't lose clean. We'll protect her and she'll be on the card. And then you can book her to help Masha Slamovich. If she gets screwed, she can travel to Slammiversary and help Masha by taking out Fallon Henley, taking out Jasmine Nix. You can do that. So I'm kind of looking at it differently now when it comes to these title reigns. Triple H is not a title reign guy. He's a what makes the best story, what makes the best moment kind of guy. And I think Jacy Jayne at this point is going to retain based mostly on TNA programming. What's happening on TNA is telling me, because again, they're separate from WWE. They have to tell their own stories. They have to tell their own builds. They're saying, okay, for our Slammiversary, which is their WrestleMania, we have to make this make sense. So what are we doing? Bring in Jacy Jayne. Have her come in. Have her attack Masha Slamovich. Have Fatal Influence get involved. Because we have to make it make sense for our big show. They're not thinking about NXT. We got to make this make sense. So in my mind, Jacy Jayne's going to win at Evolution. If not, what the hell are you doing? Why do you have her? Last night, literally on Thursday, last night, they showed Jacy Jayne, Fatal Influence, attacking Masha Slamovich. For what? If Jordynne Grace is going to win. Let's play it out, by the way. Let's play it out. What happens if Jordynne Grace wins? Next week is Slammiversary. She's going to walk into Slammiversary and face off against Masha Slamovich again. They already had a storyline of Jordynne Grace putting over Masha when she first dropped the belt. So you're going to walk in as NXT champion for the first time for 1 week, go to Slammiversary, and then beat Masha Slamovich? Does that ring true? No. So you're going to have her lose. Jordynne Grace lose the belt after 1 week to Masha. Does that ring true? Like, either way, every result with there being Masha and Jordynne doesn't ring true to me. It doesn't. But Jacy Jayne and Fatal Influence against Masha Slamovich, which is what they've been setting up on TV, literally what they've been setting up, that rings true to me. Especially if you're going to put the belt on Masha and have Masha be the first ever to hold a WWE title as being a superstar for a different promotion. Does that make sense? What if Jacy Jayne beats Masha? That'd be surprising, considering what they just did with Trick Williams. And that'd be a choice. I don't think it's the right choice. It's time to make some history. That's how I would say. Make history with Trick Williams. Now you make history with Masha Slamovich. Having Jacy Jayne walk in there and cheat, because that's what you're going to do. She's going to cheat and win the belt. Doesn't really pop for Slammiversary. For me, Slammiversary should be elevating your own talent at that point. So I think at your biggest show, your top girl, Masha Slamovich, would win the belt and be two belt Masha. There will be some NXT talent in that battle royal. There will. That's true. Well, is that confirmed? I know the talk of TNA talent. Is it confirmed that it'll be NXT talent? I would love that. Show me some Kalani Jordan. Show me some Zarya. Assuming they're not in a tag team match. Happy 4th of July. Woohoo. Independence Day. WWE NXT talent put on a spotlight to have Fatal Influence attacking Jordan Grace, but she's still particularly not a heel, but the best women to represent TNA wrestling at NXT. Yeah, did you? What, you mean Jordan Grace? Oh, Fatal Influence. I got you. Is Io the only champion that's going to lose her title at Evolution? Wow, that's a damn good question. That's a fantastic question you asked there. Will Io Sky be the only person to lose their belt at Evolution? It's possible. Put the belt on Bayley. I do believe we're going to get that triple threat match. I do believe it is possible for Bayley to win the triple threat. That's not announced yet, by the way. I'm speculating. It's not announced yet. That's possible. If I had to guess, I say yes. Io Sky will be the only person dropping the belt at Evolution, but it is possible that Bayley wins that triple threat. Yeah, but beyond that, I do think Roxanne and Raquel will win or retain, technically, even though Roxanne's not champion yet, really. They have to prove themselves at Evolution. I do think, well, I'm hoping for the cash in. Sorry, Tiffy. I'm hoping for the cash in at Evolution, so I can be spared the Tiffy Jade build. Yeah. If I'm booking it, Naomi come down there, smacks Tiffany in the face with a damn briefcase, cashes in at Evolution, big all women show, cash in. That sounds good to me. Doing a cash in at Evolution, that works to me. That's a big show, right? That sounds good to me. But yeah, as it stands, it probably would just be Io. You ain't getting that cash in? Shuddy King. Io is beating Rhea Ripley. Sorry. Sorry, Will. Sorry. Let me tell you something right now. Io Sky is one of my top favorite wrestlers. She's in my top 3 or 4. Bianca, Sarie, Io right there. So why would I be upset about that? I prefer Io to Rhea Ripley, if anything. I just think Triple H is going to book Rhea Ripley to win at Evolution. Would I be upset? No, I'd be shocked, but not upset. Let's see. Who beats Roxanne and Raquel for the titles? I could see SummerSlam, the Bella Twins, if they get Brie on board. Or I could see Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. Probably most likely. No spoilers for SmackDown, by the way. If Jordan Grace loses, then what her next feud? It could be call-up time. There were those reports that Jordan Grace would be called up after SummerSlam to SmackDown. You can do that. Call her up. You can have her lose, then go to Slammiversary to help Masha by taking out Fallon Henley or whatever. Then she gets called up. Because guys, just so you know, SummerSlam less than a month away. SummerSlam is right around the corner. And then if we get the draft after SummerSlam, well, then Jordan Grace is cooking on the main roster. What's going on with Sarie in Stardom? What about it? She is about to be in the 5-star GP. She is, yeah, what about it? Let me know. What are your thoughts with Sarie in Stardom? Stardom storytelling hasn't been great recently, so Who would Rhea Ripley face as champion at SummerSlam? That's a damn good question, my friend. Beats me. Did you hear about a lot about? Try that again. Did you hear a lot of rumors and leaks about WWE has did a double taping again for Raw and SmackDown for June 30th, but they pre-recorded SmackDown. Oh yeah, I heard all the news. I didn't avoid it. I looked at it when it first dropped. I was one of the people on Twitter searching SmackDown to see the spoilers. Now, I didn't see all the spoilers, but I tried to. I pretty much know what's happening tonight, and I don't mind it one bit. One bit, I don't mind it. I hate trying to hide from spoilers for an entire week, so I embrace it. The second it drops, I go on Twitter, look at see what's happening. All right, cool. I know what's happening, but I don't see the actual video of it, so I can watch it and be fine with it. Okay, I'm watching it. I know what's going to happen, but I haven't seen the visual of it, and that's fine for me. Does EO just lose clean, or will something happen to cause it to be in the main event? Does EO just lose clean? The answer is yes. Oh yeah, by the way, so speaking of this, so let's talk about a sequence of events here. So you have this match happening next week. So this match is happening. You're going to have Masha and Lee taking on JT Jane and Fallon Henley. Fun match, I'm sure. Who wins doesn't really matter, because this match is going down at SummerSlam. Not SummerSlam. This match is going down at Slammiversary no matter what, right? After this, you're gonna get this tag match at Bash in Berlin, at the American Bash. So Fallon Henley and JT Jane are gonna be working here. A lot of work for them. I do believe the winner of this match is losing the next day. So if JT Jane wins this match, she's losing next week or the next day, which technically is next week because Sunday started the week, but the next day. If Jordynne Grace wins, she's losing the next day. Is there a chance for shenanigans here? Sure. Do I think Blake Monroe will turn here? I don't think so. But I will say, again, if Jordynne Grace takes a pin here, she's winning the next day. If Jordynne Grace wins, she's losing the next day. So yeah, you got the TNA match on Thursday. You got this match on the Saturday. Then Sunday, of course, Evolution. And then next week, Slammiversary. It's kind of crazy, right? It's all kind of one storyline, kind of connected, right? Across different promotions and different brands. You got the TNA, then you got the NXT, then you got the Evolution PLE, then you got the Slammiversary TNA. All in sequence. I do believe, again, we'll get Masha against JT Jane. And Masha Slamovich will be 2-belt Masha. And will make history as the first ever person to hold gold for the WWE who is not signed to the promotion. TNA is pre-taped, so this match already happened. Who won? I'm joking. Don't spoil it in the chat. Don't spoil it. I would have liked and loved to see Jordynne Grace versus Bianca Belair. Yeah, that'd be a great match. What is Blake Monroe's first feud? Fatal Influence. Assuming she doesn't turn, Fatal Influence will be our first feud. Okay. Yeah, JT Jane is a workhorse. I love JT Jane. Good on the mic, good worker in the ring. Versatile. I'm a big fan. I like JT Jane. She's awesome, I think. Doesn't get her due. She's better than folks will give her credit for. And I just think she's awesome. Now, let's look at this damn this transition. This damn reports I just saw from Fightful. Let's see. Let's see what I just called out as bullshit. Okay, here we go. Now, this according to this account. I'm not sure if this is legitimate, what they said, because I didn't read the article. But let's see what it says there. It says, WWE talent are reportedly unhappy with how Evolution has come together. Talent are reportedly feeling set up that the show has been put on all in a weekend while also competing with Beyonce concert across the street from the venue. Okay, this part about Beyonce, I can believe that. I believe that. That's not shocking. That makes sense. You're competing against Beyonce. Cool. Talent are reportedly feeling set up that the show has been put on all in weekend. That's some grade A bullshit. I don't care what anybody says. Maybe one person said that to him. Maybe one person said that. Some foolish person said that. But I have a hard time believing a good amount of talent are concerned with all in weekend as is complete bullshit. Let me tell you why. Newsflash. This is why I think it's bullshit, because the talent would know better than me. The vast majority of WWE fans do not watch AEW. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back who are a little hard-headed. The vast majority of WWE fans do not watch AEW. Most of them don't even know All In is happening that day, okay? The day before. That's number one. Number two, what the fuck does All In have to do with Evolution? All In takes place noon on Saturday. And Evolution is the next fucking day. What are you talking about? Feeling set up by All In weekend? Are you suggesting that people who watch All In are not going to watch Evolution the next day because reasons? What are we talking about here? If anything, they'd be upset by the other two shows from WWE, Saturday Night Main Event and Great American Bash. That's what you'd be worried about. If you're worried about like burnout, like what are you talking about? All In is Saturday, Evolution is Sunday. That sounds like some internet bullshit that people have been saying. This is like an internet talking point that I've heard over and over again. I think it's complete asinine that the talent is saying it. I don't believe it one bit. Sorry. Set up by All In. Give me a fucking break. The same show that had like what, less than 1,600 people watching Dynamite. And you're talking about All In would take place the day before. Come on, that is some bullshit. I don't care what Sean says. I don't care what Fightful says. Maybe one person says some shit about All In. Maybe who do you talk to from WWE? He's friends with Michin or Chelsea, whatever. Maybe somebody said that. Maybe one. But give me a fucking break. All In a weekend setup. Come on. Newsflash. The reason why the WWE, if the WWE are trying to counter program All In with the Great American Bash, they're not worried about the people who are already going to watch All In. Those people are going to watch All In, whatever. What they're trying to avoid or trying to prevent are the casuals with nothing to do saying, I'm bored Saturday. What's on TV? Oh yeah, there's that show All In that's happening, right? I guess I can watch that. I got nothing else to do. Let me put that on. They're trying to avoid that situation. The people who are AEW fans, they're going to watch All In no matter what. What they're doing is giving people who are not diehard fans of AEW something to consume that day. So instead of saying, I'm bored, let me put on All In, they're going to say, oh yeah, I'm bored. What's on TV? Oh yeah, Great American Bash, NXT. I'm going to watch that. I already have Peacock, so I'm going to put that on. They're trying to avoid people who don't normally watch AEW from checking it out. So they're giving them something to watch that day. This notion that they're trying to get people to pull themselves from AEW to watch NXT is a load of crap. They're not that stupid, okay? And this idea, the fans feel set up by All In, is a load of garbage. That's some AEW talking point bullshit. I don't care what anybody says. It's bullshit. That's a lie. I think it's a lie. Ain't nobody talking. Man, Evolution, I want to be excited, but All In is the same weekend. Give me the fucking break. That's bullshit. Now they can complain about the booking or the build. I believe that. But that line is complete bullshit. Beyonce, I believe. I believe that. Same day, concert, yes, that makes sense. All in weekend, give me a fucking break. It's bullshit. Any other questions? So many Fightful quotes are either from Natalia or Chelsea. I agree. Or maybe Michin, but probably those two. That's an old report. Oh, this is old? It says July 4th. Is it an old report from Fightful? Oh, here's a response here. So let me hear some response. This makes it sound like we said this about the whole roster. It was a few. We first said this when it was announced. Oh, so this is like an old freaking... This is not even a recent report. This is something that you pulled from back in the day. It was a few. Who? Chelsea Green and Michin? Okay. All right. So it's not a recent report. This is something he's... Okay. Still, even so, even with this clarification here, I think this is bloated crap. You're worried about All In the day before? For what? That doesn't make any sense. But this makes a little bit more sense here. This is a reply. Okay. Fair enough. It was a few. How much is a few? Count how many women on that roster. What? 20 to 40 women? Okay. Talk to like 2 or 3. Oh my God, the talent on the roster are concerned with All In. Give me a fucking break. Give me a break. It's 2 months old. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right, that makes more sense. See, this is why I hate these accounts. Man, in fact, I'm about to block this account. Okay, what's that? Cultaholic? What was that? I can't remember. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Block. No, I just mute it. Mute. They've been officially muted. Hopefully they don't pop up anymore. That's complete bullshit. How you been feeding Shawn Michaels info from us? I don't know who's doing that. Is it either Natalia or Shawn? I don't know. One of those. I'm not Shawn, but Natalia or Chelsea Green or whoever. One of those people. But it's bullshit no matter what. Concerned with All In weekend. That's a joke. Anyway. What else we can talk about here? I'm excited for Masha Slamovich. I think she's going to be a double champ here soon in late July. But by the way, do you guys disagree with me? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think it's not going to be Masha against JC Jane? And let me know why. If you disagree, let me know why it's not going to be Masha against JC Jane. Does anybody know if AW is any good? They have good storylines every once in a while. They have very good wrestling, very talented wrestlers. If you are a women's wrestling enthusiast, probably not the place for you. Right now, at least. There is a lack of storytelling going on with the women's division. I'll ask any AW fan, give me your top 3 across Collision and Dynamite. I'm excluding Ring of Honor. Like, who cares? Across Collision and Dynamite, what are your top 3 stories for the women? You'd be like, Right now, is Mercedes Moné, Toni Storm is driving the entire conversation for the women's division, and that's pretty much it. So I would say they have a good program with Ospreay and Swerve. I think the Death Rider storyline is not great, but right now they have what's his face? They have Adam Hangman Page challenging for the belt, and people are excited about Adam Hangman. They think Hangman can actually win the belt. They think, but I'm not convinced. It still may be Darby Allin's belt to win. They have a decent storyline with Hurt Syndicate and MJF. That's not terrible. But beyond that, it is what it is. Like, if you like that type of wrestling, you're enjoying the programming. Definitely Masha. I agree with you. Obviously, Masha versus JC Jane. Masha and JC Jane, yep. Where's Willow? Willow's been working with the Death Rider storyline earlier. I don't know if that's still the case, but she was before helping out the babyfaces against the Death Riders. I don't remember what she's doing now anymore. I gotta catch up. I want to catch up. I watch AEW through Twitter, but I want to catch up, watch the last month of AEW storylines, at least the promos, so I'm up to date. 'Cause I do want to watch All In. I want to see what happens on that show. So I want to have at least a vague understanding of the storylines, at least. Kind of hit and miss. Like I know what's happening with Swerve and Osprey. I know what's happening with Mercedes and Tony Storm, and that's like how much I know from like how much I know very very strongly. Everything else is kind of spotty for me, so we'll see. Is Athena? I said Alina. Is Athena going to be on the show? All In. There's rumors that she'll face Thunder Rosa. It's a nothing match, honestly. It's a here damn match. Here go damn. That's what's happening for Athena. We thought it was gonna be Athena against Mercedes. That ain't happening. Right now, the hope that is gonna be her against Thunder Rosa on the show. I'm not convinced. Maybe it'll be a pre-show match. We'll see. We'll see. It's happening on Ring of Honor. Whoops. Yikes. Beth Phoenix is currently training. Beth Phoenix might pop up at AEW. Remember, her husband is wrestling for AEW. You never know. Yeah. You never know. Okay, let's talk about since we're talking women's wrestling. Let's talk about. Here's a question. Do you know the SmackDown spoilers, yes or no? In the chat. Put yes if you know the spoilers, no if you don't. I'm curious to know. Are you aware of the SmackDown spoilers, yes or no? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Britt Baker. We'll talk about her if you want to. Yes. Okay. We all know the spoilers, basically. Okay. Let me do this. While I'm doing this, let's talk Britt Baker. Britt Baker was rumored to be wanting out of her contract to head to WWE. Those rumors have been shut down by Sean Ross Sapp on his YouTube channel. Sean Ross Sapp said that is not true. Her contract runs until 2027, probably. So chances are she won't be leaving anytime soon, and AEW do not expect her to be out anytime soon. Hypothetically speaking, let's say she was free. Would the WWE be interested? Probably. Would I be excited? Not really. Not really, to be honest with you. She's a good promo. Good presence, good promo. But the in-ring is just not great. And I don't think the WWE would be some place where she can flourish unless she wants to be working storylines with maybe Chelsea Green, her good friend, very, very good friend with Chelsea Green. Maybe that's what she wants to do. Beyond that, I don't see a future for her with any real prominence. She's going to pop at first. She'll get some storyline stuff at first. Maybe start in NXT. But long term, it is what it is. When it comes to Britt Baker. Kind of sad because she was an AEW original. She was at one point the most over woman they had. But times have changed, and right now, funny how AEW fans have treated her recently. Now she's like the woman who can't, she's a problem child. She's not a team player. She doesn't get along with folks. She's a annoyance for folks now, apparently. How quickly things change. Britt Baker is not a needle mover. She's not. I agree with you. I'm not a big fan. Funny. I actually came around on her like over time. I really wasn't a fan at first, but as time went along and I saw how boring this is, like I want to say it's 2023 maybe or 2024. There's a point where AW programming was very boring. I said, okay, I get it. Britt Baker is good on the mic. She is entertaining, and I see her value. But that was a while ago. Things have changed, so I don't know. It's interesting. Okay. Spoiler alert. When this is on the screen, I'll be talking about SmackDown spoilers, okay? When it's not, I'm not talking about it. If you are somebody who does not want to know about SmackDown, go away. You can come back when this graphic is gone, I think. I can't guarantee that I won't slip up and say something I'm not supposed to say, and I can't guarantee that the chat will be quiet about SmackDown. But anyway, so on SmackDown, again, spoilers for SmackDown. On SmackDown, it was made official. What I was kind of dreading, we're getting a one-off, nothing, boring singles match between Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Tiffany walked down to the ring. She said she had a surprise for the fans and brought out old-timer Trish Stratus. Now, I don't have a problem with Trish or any of these legends. I just hate when they call up a legend to bring him in for a big spot like an Evolution or a Saturday Night main event. Say, all right, legend, come on in. Take away a spot from an existing talent, from an active talent, to do a one-off. I don't care. I'm not moved by this match. It's a match with no stakes because it's obvious who's going to win. It's not going to be Trish. So there's no stakes. There's no intrigue. It's bland. It's boring. But to be fair to WWE, well, not to be fair to her, well, not to be fair to them, to be fair to Tiffany, there's nobody else. They'd run Nia Jax into the ground. Can't do Jade because she had the match at SummerSlam. Can't do Naomi. She's the Money in the Bank holder. What are you going to do? Michin? B-Fab? Julia? Can't do that. Selena Vega? You can't do that. Bianca's out. So I get it. Begrudgingly, I get it. You have to do, we don't have to do, but bring somebody in from the outside makes sense right now because there's nobody really left. But the fact that she picked her, it's like a buddy thing, like, hey, friend, come face me at Evolution. No heat. That's my biggest problem with all this stuff, man. There's no heat. There's no heat, no intrigue, no animosity, no nothing. Hey, my good friend Trish, come face me at Evolution. The match is not in doubt. Have fun. Then on the other side, you have EO Rhea Ripley. Again, no heat, no intrigue, no nothing, We're friends, we respect each other, and we're going to have a match. I think the match result is not in doubt. I think Rhea Ripley will beat EO. And that'll be that. It'll be a good match. It'll be main event. It'll be a banger, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, no heat. I want some good storylines, which is why, if you ask me right now, so here's the thing. How about how in AW there's no top stories for the women except for one? In WWE, here are my top 3 women's storylines currently. Number 1, IC Triple Threat. That IC triangle between Becky, Bayley, and Lyra. That's my top story right now. Bayley, we know the story. Bayley was set to have a match with Lyra at Mania. Becky took her out. Becky turned on Lyra when they lost the tag titles. Becky's heel work is great. I love her heel work. She's funny. She's entertaining. She tried to kill me. It's great. Love Becky Lynch as a heel. I love the dynamic between Lyra and Bayley. They are started as friends. Now they're turning on each other because they're getting angry about the chase for the title. They both want the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin is the belt. Again, the belt is a storytelling device. The tension is happening because they're chasing that storytelling device, which is the belt. Not about the reign. It's not about the title defenses. We want that with causes tension. Cool. I love that dynamic. I love how Becky is kind of like causing friction between the two. And I just hope we get that triple threat because triple threats are my favorite type of match. I like the dynamics of the match, like how there's the interconnection of the moves, the creativity goes into it. If you get a really good booker with a triple threat match and the producer is cooking, those matches are always great. We saw Mania. Best matches at Mania were the men's triple threat and the women's triple threat because you see the interchanges and the sequencing of the three together when it's very, very dynamic. It's cool how they produce the matches. I just love those type of matches. I love it. So give me Bayley, Becky, and Lyra. It's going to be a great one. Anyway, So that's my top story right now. That triple threat angle. After that, it is Naomi in her Money in the Bank chase. We saw her make this heel turn. We saw her go after Jade. Now she's got that Money in the Bank briefcase. What's going to happen? Is she going to cash in at Evolution? Is she going to cash in at SummerSlam? Her heel work, her character work, what she's doing, I love that. So my second is Naomi. And the third would be what they're doing with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Charlotte Flair is somebody had talked about wanting to have some character development. She wants to show more of her real self on screen. She talked about in interviews. Now we're seeing her soften and change and work with, potentially work with Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is reaching out to get her. We believe it's going to be a tag team effort coming up here. That's something different for Charlotte Flair. She hasn't seen that in a minute, since maybe the Asuka tag team. Maybe before her injury when she was tagging with Bianca Belair, was kind of short. But now you have a Charlotte Flair who's going through some development, and the crowd will learn to start cheering for her and supporting her. And I like that direction for Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And I think it's very possible they can win the tag titles at SummerSlam. That story between those two, I like. Lyra, Becky, Bayley, and Naomi. So the three stories right there that I like for the women, for the main roster. AW, Mercedes Moné is walking around with a lot of belts. And she wants another one. She wants Tony's belt. And that's kind of that. That's kind of the story. Beyond that, what's happening with the women's division on the main, by main I mean Collision and Dynamite. Now there's women doing stuff with the men. They teased the Chris Statlander. God, I hope that doesn't happen. They're teasing Chris Statlander joining the Death Riders. You had Willow working with Ospreay and Swerve. Saw Mina Shafir. Her name? Marina Shafir. You saw her get hit by the buckshot lariat the other day. So you had her get hit by Hangman. So there's women doing stuff. You had that tag team, whatever it was, because there's no tag belts. You saw Penelope Ford and Megan Bayne working together for some time against Taya and Anna Jay in a tag team, several tag team matches. Not really a story there that's worth a damn. So yeah, AW storytelling ain't great. Then you have Mercedes Moné talking about, oh yeah, I'm so happy they're finally doing Evolution, about damn time. I'm like, girl, what's happening on Dynamite? What's going on there? What exactly did I tweet actually? What exactly did I tweet that on that day about that? It's very sarcastic. I'm Mr. Sarcastic. What was it? Let's see. What did I tweet on that? I can't remember what exactly I said. How long must... Here it is. Here it is. This is what I said. Nothing says women's wrestling like AW Dynamite. Am I right? I'm like... Whatever. Like, it's... Like, why are we talking about women's wrestling with WWE when your promotion is lacking in that department? Okay. Now, this isn't really a shot at Mercedes. It's more about the IWC and their reaction to it. Like, she was asked a question, she answered it. Nothing wrong with her response. I'm more responding to the IWC. Like, why are we talking about WWE and their lack of women's wrestling pushing when Dynamite is like the highest order of ignoring the women? I don't know. That's just me. People got mad at me. Did they really? Let me look at this response. I don't remember. Let's see. Nothing says women's wrestling like AW Dynamite. Am I right? Meanwhile, Athena has 2 separate appearances on Dynamite in 3 years. Right? Athena can't get on Dynamite. I'm talking about Evolution. Let's see. It's not that bad. Responses ain't that bad. This one. They didn't have a leg to stand on. Anyway. Tony Khan doesn't like women's wrestling. I agree with you. You can say he does, but he doesn't. And then there's another 3 women's matches on Collision, which is lazy. 8 women match. Yeah, not 8 matches, but 8 women's matches. Or 8 women match. Yeah. Mercedes is losing at All In. I think so. Am I convinced? No, but I think so. I say I'm like 70-30, Toni Storm retains. Because let's play it out. Let's say she wins. Now she holds all the belts. And she's like, she conquered it all. And then what? Then she loses? Eventually, I think the storyline that makes the most sense in terms of like setting something up that's interesting, probably her losing, but it can go either way. It's all in the execution. You can have a storyline where she wins and it's good, or she loses and it's good. It depends on the execution of it. But yeah, if she wins, then like, what's the next pay-per-view where she loses? I don't know. You probably just lose to Toni Storm, you would think. Thoughts on Isla to AW? So there's a report that Isla Dawn may be headed there. Do I love it? No. You'd be better off going to Japan or going to TNA. We see what happens with the women's division on Dynamite. If you go there, I don't love it. Then again, she got bills. So if Tony Khan's gonna cut her a paycheck, then take the money. I don't begrudge anybody. Like, if it's about paying your bills and getting a job, I will love that for her. Go get your money. Go take his money. If it's about something else beyond just cash, then I say no. Go somewhere else. But I can't tell somebody how to live their life. People got bills. It's hard out here in this economy. You gotta pay your bills. And if Tony Khan is gonna cut a big fat check, take the money. Take the money. Like, I'll never like say don't take the money. Like, you got bills to pay, you got family, you got stuff to do. Take the money, honey, right? But if it's about booking and TV time, no. Absolutely not. I would take that Tony Khan money. Without a doubt, I'd take it. Pay me, let me sit at home. I'll take it with a big fat smile on my face. But I'm not a pro wrestler with goals and like, some people want to be used on TV and I don't blame them one bit. Plans for SmackDown, no spoilers. Tiffany chooses her opponent. Wonder who that is. And Cody Rhodes has something to say? Okay. Exciting. Honestly, it was reported who she's going to face before. Like, it's been reported online already. If you don't know, God bless you. Bless your heart if you don't know. But it's kind of been spoiled already anyway. Oh, Sokoa got something to say? That's cool. Jade Cargill got something to say? Okay. I'm sorry, folks. I'm hoping that Naomi saves us. I'm sorry. Sorry, Tiffy. I'm a fan. I'm sorry, Jade. But the Tiffany Jade Cargill storyline is about to be the most bland, boring, lame, build to a mediocre match. Remember, it's gonna sound like hate, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Remember, it wasn't that long ago where Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill was the dream match. Remember that? Oh, it's a dream match. Why was it ever a dream match? I don't know. But for the longest time, oh, this is a dream match. Have you heard that sentiment lately? Have you heard that sentiment? Have you heard people say Bianca and Jade is a dream match? No. Over time, as people saw her work in the ring, that has died down. The hype for the Bianca Belair Jade singles match is down big time because people are not longer hyped for that because they know it's not a dream match. It's gonna be Bianca Belair helping Jade along. It's gonna be Bianca Belair carrying, and that's not a dream match. A dream match is about two people in the ring who can go putting on an absolute show. That's a dream match. Not a, hey, Bianca Belair, can you guide Jade Cargill to a great match? That's not a dream match. So that's died down. It's really died down. You don't hear anybody talking about that at all. About the dream match between Bianca and Jade. That's dead. That's died down completely from what I've seen. They used to talk about that all the damn time, that goddamn match. Now, they're hushed about it. But they don't care anymore. The jig is up. The jig is up. Jig is up, folks. A lot of people are not hyped to see Jade. That's the truth, unfortunately. People said Bianca versus Jade could be main event. Yeah, that's a crock of shit at this point. It never made sense because I was objective about it. Like, I watched Jade Cargill in the ring. Like, okay, she's a long way to go. But yeah, and that's what people said. It never made sense. And I have the receipts. I was never on the Bianca Belair Jade dream match shit. I always called it out. You can find it on Twitter. For years, I said, what the hell are you guys talking about with that dream match nonsense? But, you know, the fans were all hyped for it. Yeah. It was never a dream match. Agreed. Jade versus anyone was never a dream match. And at this point, it's clear. I could be interested to see Bianca Belair versus Kiana James be fab for Evolution. I mean, a triple threat match? I like Kiana James. Kiana James is athletic. She's talented. I think she can go. I'm hopeful for her return. Oh, if Triple H booked the women like HBK, and then people said Saudi is racist for cheering for Asuka over Jade, I can't speak to what's in people's hearts. All I can say is Asuka and the Joshis in general are very popular in Saudi. And I will say, when Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill was there as a tag team, you had grown-ass men dancing to Bianca Belair's music. They were jamming to I'm on my own against the wall. Okay, they were jamming. And Bianca Belair was a black woman at that point. So are they racist or not? Go back and look at it. Go look at Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill entrance in Saudi Arabia when they're a tag team. Look at those dudes, grown-ass men, dancing their ass off to Bianca Belair's music. Were they not racist then? We gotta be real about this. Gotta be real and honest about the situation, you know? I'm not saying there's nothing in that respect. I'm not naive. I think there's nothing. People are just inherently biased. Yeah, root for people that look like you. That's a reality situation. Sorry to tell you the truth. Whether it's conscious or not, when you see somebody that looks like you, your eyes gravitate to that person. It's more easy to relate to that person. You become, you know, you see yourself in that person. That's the best way to put it. You see yourself in that person, oftentimes. And usually that person looks like you. Okay? So there's some of that sometimes. But the majority of it, just my fandom is making me cheer for one person over another person. Asuka's very over. Io's very over overseas. That's just how it is. Okay? That's your reality situation. Bianca in the Battle Royal. If she's in it, she's winning. By the way, reminder, SmackDown before Evolution is in Tennessee. SmackDown is in Nashville, Tennessee before Evolution. Is it possible Bianca Belair shows up? I think so, considering that poster. Let's talk about Postergate and my annoyance when it comes to posters. So every once in a while, there is a poster that's released, and one of your faves ain't on it. Okay? And you complain, you cry. Where's Bailey? That was the big one, right? That was the big one. Where's Bailey? Where's Bailey on the poster? Where's Bailey? Now it's, where's Asuka? Where's Stephanie? Who gives a shit? It's a poster. Okay? I understand saying, like, the first time you see it, damn, where's Asuka? Where's Stephanie? Okay, cool. I understand that. But to go on and do update after update for a damn poster, Guys, it ain't that serious. It's not that serious. Like the poster talking point is just so annoying and unnecessary. Is it weird that Oscar's not here? Is it weird that Stephanie's not here? Yes. But at the end of the day, does it really matter? It's a damn poster. They'll be on the card. They're gonna wrestle on the card. That's all that matters. I think Stephanie might win the Battle Royal. That's bigger than being on the poster. Like actually winning the damn thing. So who gives a shit? Like, I don't know why they're not there, but can we shut up about the damn posters, man? Can we really? BFAT made it over Oscar. Even when you phrase it like that, you think somebody sat down and said, let's see, who deserves to be on it? BFAB, not Oscar. You think that's what happened? You think they sat down and said, made a list, this person more deserving, this person more deserving? No, is this some graphic editor forgot to put them on there? That's what happened. Should they be on it? Yes, but somebody just forgot. It's not that serious. Oscar was just in the PLE against Jade. Stephanie's very popular and will probably win the Battle Royal. Ain't that serious. Okay? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I should be mad about the posters. Oh, by the way, the poster's cool. Cool poster. I like the gold for the women. Of course, the daughter is front and center. Makes sense. She is the most popular woman on the brand. That's fine. But at the end of the day, it's just the poster. It was like Alexa Bliss will put in last because she's like in the forefront of it all. Like standing almost in front of Rhea Ripley, it feels like. She looks like she was the last person to be layered in here. Like, some of these people won't be on the card, by the way. Some of them won't. That's fine. Well, maybe they do put Kiana James in the Battle Royal. There's Kiana. That's cool for her. But yeah, just a damn poster. Kairi Sane in the back. Where's Bailey? She's here. There she is, Bailey fans. There she is in the back. It's just a poster. Is Io considered a top girl? She's a champion, so of course she's the top girl. The woman beat Bianca and Rhea Ripley in a Mania match. She's the top girl. Okay. The Battle Royal will have 20 women. Awesome, sweet. Top girls in the front? Sure. I would agree with that. You got your Io, Charlotte, Bianca, Rhea, Becky, Naomi, Alexa Bliss. Yeah. Sure. I mean, Bailey's a top girl, but she's back there. I mean, it's not that serious. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Ministry of Dark, I will, because it's a big deal. It's a big fucking deal. That's why. It's a big deal. Beating Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in a Mania match is a big deal. A massive one. Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley are arguably the two biggest pillars in the women's division. You won the match. Yeah, it's a massive deal. Okay? It is. You can accept that, or you can lie to yourself, but I would suggest that you be honest with yourself and admit that's a big fucking deal. Okay. What did I miss? Any questions about anything? I've said my piece about Masha. I think she'll win the NXT title at Slammiversary. I've said my piece about that report about freaking, they're worried about All In. All In being set up by All In, which is bullshit. Any questions about anything? Let me look at my tweets recently and see if I said something that I want to talk about here. Let's see. Oh, we saw what happened to Rena. Quick Joshi update. Rena had a match recently. She took a simple routine crossbody, knocked her out clean. She is dealing with concussion now. She did not respond to the kick out. The ref said her name. It's like, okay, call the match. It's over. It's over. Call the match. Look. It's over. Very scary stuff. Apparently she's fine now, but she was knocked out cold from this. Bang. Her head hit the back of the mat, and she was out. But she's good now. It appears. Get better. Hope you get better, Rena. Hope it's not too bad. Hopefully, just like a routine concussion. I know that sounds weird. A routine concussion, because they're all pretty dangerous. But I'm hoping for the best. That was a scary spot for her. Very talented woman. Very talented. Like 18, 19 years old. Very good. Good character work. I think she's gonna be a force to be reckoned with for Stardom. Had a great match with Starlight Kid earlier this year. Hell of a talent. Hoping for the best. Will Io Sky be on SummerSlam? I think so, Soccer TV. I think so. Yeah, trying to downplay a Mania. Like ain't nothing. Bianca and Ripley are the top women in WWE. I agree. Have you seen the women's division in AEW? They're doing the random 4x4 team live like the Divas. I didn't see that. I gotta go back. I gotta go back and catch up with the women's division in AEW. I didn't see that. They're doing a 4x4 8-woman tag match. I mean, yeah, yikes, yikes, as I say. That's what I say. Yikes. Yikes. Let's see here. Tony Khan is trying to hype up the views for AEW. These type of tweets are kind of cringe, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of cringe. That's just me. Bailey on the back of the poster. That means Triple H hates her. Yeah, I know, right? She's hated. She's hated. She's in the best story right now. The best storyline for me. The Bailey, Becky, Lyra stuff. That's the best stuff going on for me. The women's division. I think they will steal the show. It's going to be the best match on the card, I think. That's just me. I think that's going to be the best card. Or the best match on the card, I think. Man, now should be interesting. Okay. Man, pretend like he didn't see what happened on the show. Dub fans really thought AJ Styles was signing with AW. Yeah, they're weird. I do feel like Bailey is going to be mid. What do you mean? In the match? Her last match with Lyra was pretty good, I thought. Pretty good. Any other questions about anything? It is July 4th. I can go a little longer. Lyra is top 5. Very, very good. Very, very talented. Evolution, I got you. I think Lyra is very talented. Strong, athletic, clean, crisp, smooth. I can't wait to see her wrestle other women. She's just like a joy. She's very talented. I like her in the ring a lot. Very likable. Very likable. She's one of the people that did well crossing over with the WWE universe on the main roster without any type of like weird forced push. It was just like very organic. It made sense. Her IC reign. It made sense. Her winning. She's very, very good. Name your top 10 women in ring wrestlers in WWE. You don't want me to do that. You don't want me to do that right now. I think Rhea Ripley and Io will be the best match on the card. Possible. It was their match that happened on Raw. I thought was one of the best matches of the year. Top 10 for me. They have solid chemistry. Io's always amazing. So you put Io Sky in a longer match with a decent enough talent, and Rhea Ripley's good. You're going to get a banger. Lainey Reed will be women's champion by next year. Well, she's talented. I like her a lot. But look at Sol Ruka. She was a talented woman, and it took her a while to win the North American title. But it's possible. What happened to Tekla? Wasn't she supposed to be a big deal? She's working with Athena every once in a while. Let me see. Tekla. cage match. She's in those tag matches, I think, at this point. She's working those 8 women tag matches, I think. Yeah, she's in an 8 women tag match on Collision. They did that 2 weeks in a row. No, not 2 weeks in a row, but her last 2 matches were 8 women tag matches. The man, Tony Khan, does not give a hoot. 8 women tag. 8 women tag. He did beat Queen Aminana. He beat her back in June. She only had 4 matches. Beat Lady Frost. Beat Aminata. Yeah. Collision. She's a Collision wrestler. Not Dynamite. Only Mercedes and Toni Storm are Dynamite worthy, really. It is very much a Collision chick. So, that's on Thursdays? Not many people watching Collision. Am I surprised? No. Not at all. Her being on Collision, wrestling in these 8 women tag matches are the least surprising thing. I could have told you that was going to happen. In fact, I did. So that is her stuff. Read my comment, Will. Stop ducking. Just for that, I'm going to ignore your comment. What comment are you talking about? Oh, your top 10? It requires me to do too much thinking. It requires me to do too much thinking, my guy. Okay, let's try. Without bias. No particular order, because that's going to waste too much time. But top 10. Bianca. Stephanie. Io. That's 3 right there. Lyra. Wait, didn't I do something like this already? Wait, let me see something real quick. I could have sworn I did this already. Let me see if I can find my list that I did back in the day. This will save me some time if I can find it. Here we go. All right. So Bianca, Io, Asuka, Stephanie, that's 4. Charlotte. Did I already say Asuka? You do that again. Bianca, Io, Asuka, Stephanie, Charlotte, Rhea, Bailey, Becky, Lyra, and then I'm ignoring NXT, by the way. I'm ignoring NXT. But should I? This is why I don't want to do this list. Because it requires me to do much thinking. It requires me to do too much thinking. I don't want to think it right now. Joshi Stan's going to get you. Oh, this was based on their current at the time. She would not be D right now. She wouldn't be D. At the time, that's how she's performing. That's how old this list was. Now she'd be higher than that. She would not be D. This was back in the day. This was back in June of 2024, where she was struggling. Objectively, she was struggling back in June of last year. But now she's fine. So she would not be that low this time. I think it's always good in the ring. I think Tiffany's good in the ring. I think Naomi's good in the ring. A lot of very talented women. Top 10 can be tricky. I can give you the solid top 5 or 7, but top 10 it gets like iffy. Like there's people that could be interchanged very easily. Okay. Oh yeah, the chat voted her for it. That's what it was. Thank you, Pedro. I asked the chat and they voted her for. So you can blame the chat for why she's that low. That was the chat decision. The chat was not filled with Joshi stands. I must say they were not. Speaking of Joshis, we have we're not up and coming because I feel like it's like a month away. When does the 5-star GP start? Stardom 5-star GP. 125. When did this show start? Why can't I just look up a list? Why can't I just look up the date? Why must it be so hard to find? What's up with Wiki not updating the date? Wow. Right around the corner. Stardom's 5-star GP starts this month. Okay, here's my calling to you folks. This is my shout out to you guys. Or my suggestion, is what I'll say. For those of you who are looking to get into Joshi wrestling, those of you who've been trying to figure out the right time to do it, when am I going to watch women's wrestling in Japan? I don't have the time to do it. I'm kind of confused. I don't know when to jump in. This is the time. Take it from me. I was aware of a lot of the Joshi talent. I was aware of the scene. But for the first time last year, I decided to dive in headfirst into the 5-star GP. And I watched, I kid you not, at this time I wasn't working, so I had a lot of free time. I'm working now, so it's been hard. It would be much harder now, but I was free at that time. But I watched every single match of the 5-star GP last year. Every one. And it was crazy because it literally shows every day. I watched every single match. And after that, I had a very, very strong understanding of the women and the talent and who I liked and who I didn't like. And I could talk knowledgeably about the women after that time. And I've been a fan ever since. If you want to dive into the Joshi scene, this is the time to do it. The 5-star GP is the biggest tournament of the year. Whoever wins is basically the main character going forward. Okay, so it's like it sets the stage for all the storylines going forward, all the way to the end of the year. So this is the biggest tournament they have, the biggest storyline tournament they have. It's the biggest everything. The 5-star GP is huge. Now would be the time to do it, okay? If you want to. It's a lot to watch. You can pick and choose what matches to watch. You can listen to me, because I'll be watching all the matches. I'll tell you, watch this match, whatever. But this is the time to do it if you care to get into it. Now, when it comes to Stardom's 5-star GP, I believe right now they're lacking in star power. Why? Well, Mai Iwatani left to go to Marigold. Tommy left last year. Micah is injured. Three is taking a sabbatical. Tam retired. They're lacking a lot of main eventers right now. The only real true main eventer right now, really, is Sai Kamatani. You can argue Izumi. You can argue Starlight Kid. But really, the biggest main eventer they have is Sai Kamatani. And all the previous red belt winners are gone or injured, except for Nazuko Tora. So they need some stars. Really need to invest in their roster and build up stars. Which is why I think the winner of the 5-star GP will be Hannon. I believe Hannon, young Hannon, I think he's like 29 now, 2021. He's the next up. He's currently leading the Stars, which is Mai Iwatani's faction. She's leading that faction. She's somebody I like a lot. Taller girl, big wide smile. They like her a lot. She can go. I think it's the time to pull the trigger. I think Hannon is going to win, which will set up Hannon against Sai Kamatani later this year. That's my guess. Again, the top stars are gone. They're injured. They need some star power. They need to build somebody up. I think Hannon, who got to semifinals last year, by the way, she got all the way to semifinals last year. So they like her a lot. I think she wins. I think Hannon wins the 5-star GP. Io fighting Mayu in October still? I think so. In a tag match or singles match in October, I think. Beyond that, for the Marigold, because Marigold's tournament's coming up here, their Dreamstar GP, which is also the biggest tournament of the year for them. I think Miku Ano had to win that. She's the most popular woman on that damn promotion. She beat Nanae in her retirement match. So I think they're ready to pull the trigger on her. I think Miku Ano wins the Dreamstar GP in Marigold, which will set her up to face Utami later on. That's my guess. Stardom, Hannon, Marigold, Miku Ano. We'll see if I'm right. I'm not budging. Those are my picks. I'm not changing it. Those are my picks. Now, some could argue, oh, maybe they put it on Sari. Maybe Sari wins it. I don't think so. I think that's dumb. You're lacking stars. Sari is a great wrestler. Of course, she's amazing. She is holding the IWGP belt. She's working for Bushiroad right now. But I don't think it makes any sense to give her that accolade because she's a freelancer. Use the tournament to elevate somebody who's on the roster. And it's time. I think it's time. I think Hannon should win. I've given Hannon a lot of crap. I've given her a lot of crap. But at this point, it is what it is. I see the vision. Put it on Hannon. I keep saying put it on Hannon like it's a title. Well, technically it's a title because they do give you like a crown and stuff like that. But not a belt. It's just the tournament win. Give her the win. I think I've been saying this since May. Look at this. I got the receipts. I have the receipts. The winner of the 5-star GP, Hannon. This is back in May. See what I'm saying, guys? Consistency, folks. She was in semifinal last year. Now she wins the whole thing this year. Consistency. Thoughts on Rossi? The IWC hates him. You say the IWC, these are people who are AW fans and they are Stardom fans. And because of that, he left them. So it's very tribalism. You left my promotion. Now I hate you. You left my promotion. You took Utami. You took Mirai. Now Mayu left. So that you're the enemy. If I'm a Stardom fan, Marigold is the enemy, which is unfortunate. But it's the same thing as WWE. That's what it is. That's what it is. We don't like you because you are now the enemy. Therefore, everything you do is bad. Rossi, you suck. They weren't saying this before. Rossi was in Stardom. They weren't saying that, but now they are. Tribalism is all it is. Complete and utter tribalism. Okay, folks, I'm done talking. I'm now going to give it up to you guys. What are your questions? What do you have for me? I will answer whatever you want me to answer. But just to be clear, I've been saying Hannon's going to win the 5-star DP from day one. When it happens, just know I'm telling you for the longest time. Where were we? Where was I? Let me see. I just searched the damn thing. Anyway, thoughts on Soul title reign. Nobody is talking about it enough. I don't think people really care that much about her title reign. She's a great wrestler. They like her a lot, but they're not invested in her reign. They're invested in the story between her and Zarya. That's what really matters. What's important is not her reign. What's important is the story with her and Zarya. When is the turn going to happen? When is Zarya going to turn on her? What's happening with Tatum Paxley and Easy Dame? They're invested in the relationship between Soul and Zarya, and that's really what matters. Again, the belt is just a storytelling device. That's all it is. So as long as there's something to be enthralled with, it doesn't matter the reign. What matters is the story. story they're telling with Zarya and her is solid, I think. So it's fine. If that's the case, somebody should take it off of her. Only if the belt will serve a different story, right? Don't take it off of her just for the sake of taking it off of her. If the belt will leave her to go to a storyline that needs it, then do it. But don't just put it on Jada Parker just because. Then have Jada Parker walking around backstage doing nothing, right? Take the belt off of her if it makes sense for a different story that is compelling. Don't just do it just because. Masha for the win, I agree. Masha's going to win that NXT title and be 2-belt Masha. I would put it on Easy Dame. I like it. I like your second part there. Having Tatum beat him for it. Yeah, I like that storyline. If you put it on Easy Dame, and then Tatum Paxley learns that Easy doesn't care about her, and then Tatum Paxley defeats her for it, I like that story. That story makes sense. It can cook with that. So again, if it serves a purpose, then do it. If Easy Dame beating Sol Ruca, isn't that match set for the Great American Bash? I think at the Great American Bash, it'll be Easy Dame against Sol Ruca. So if the plan is for Tatum to have a falling out with Easy Dame, she beats her for it, then do it. I agree. But don't just do it just because. Have a plan. But is that the match at Great American Bash? Right? I think so. I wonder if they got the graphic yet. I wonder if they got the graphic. Let's see. Shows. Great American Bash. Here it is. Haha. There it is. Could it be, folks? Could it be the day? Could Easy Dame defeat Sol Ruca for the belt? It's possible, I think. Again, it's not about how long the reign is and how many title defenses. When it comes to Hunter and Sean, it's about what story do they want to tell. They want to tell a story where Easy Dame and Tatum have a thing. Pull the trigger. I don't care for these random ass, long reign for the sake of long reign, title defenses for the sake of title defenses. Tell a story. Tell a story. What I say. Tatum having a story that the championship is her only friend can work. Yeah. But she has to be a heel, I think, for that story to work. You know? So there are going to be 2 women's matches on the Great American Bash card. Here's a question, folks. Will you be watching this? Will you be watching the Great American Bash? Will you be watching All In? Or will you be watching both at the same time? I haven't decided how I'm going to approach this. Right now, the plan is to probably have both on at the same time, but I haven't decided yet. But this will be happening at the same time as All In. We're going to have 2 women's matches on the card. We're going to have Trick against Joe Hendry. I'm sorry, the contract signing. This match is happening at Slammiversary. But the contract signing at this show, which is smart. Got no problem with that. We got... This is a one-off, right? It's a one-off match. Good for my man here, but Obafemi wins, right? Of course. It'll be a fun tag team match. The winner might tell you who's going to win the next day. But the first match for Blake Monroe, so big Blake Monroe match there for the first time. Fun match here. I think it's possible that Sol Ruca dropped the belt here. Contract signing. That it? They might add another match. They might add another match next Tuesday. 1, 2, 3, 3 matches and 1 contract signing. Yeah, they'll definitely add another match. They'll definitely add another one. Watching All In? Yeah, I don't blame you. Watching All In, to be honest, yeah, that's fine. I'll be watching it too. The goal of having that show during All In is to prevent folks who aren't interested in All In from watching it. Again, if you're at home, well, I'm bored, what's on TV? No wrestling? Oh yeah, there's that show happening in AEW. That's what they're avoiding. If you are an AEW fan and you're watching it, they're not trying to convert you. They're trying to get the people who are bored on Saturday and have them not turn on the TV and put on All In. Buy All In. That's what they're trying to avoid. But they're giving the average WWE fan something to watch. Therefore, they're not compelled to go buy All In. That's what they're doing. That's the purpose of it. If anybody tell you anything otherwise, they're just clueless. They're clueless, I tell you. Clueless. All right, any other questions? Blake had to start in NXT, but Jade didn't. Is hilarious. Well, you see Jade as larger than life, and I thought it makes sense for her to be in NXT. It is what it is. Like, I get why, but she's not good in the ring. Whatever you do, she's not going to be good in the ring anytime soon. Needs the reps. They thought they'd get away with Bianca helping her along, but that didn't manifest into something that was worth a damn. She's okay at best. And that is not going to change anytime soon. I saw that dislike on the YouTube video. It's kind of insane. They were not playing with those dislikes on YouTube. Not playing one bit. He was going to team with Bianca Belair for that long and then beat Nia Jax for the title. Yep, that was the original plan. Original plan was Jade to beat Nia Jax. So the plan was for her to win the Rumble before her injury. That is what they were going to do. Crazy, man. Like I said, she was chosen. Just like Julia, Jade was chosen. Doesn't matter her in-ring, doesn't matter her promos, doesn't matter nothing. Doesn't matter how response. We brought you in here to execute a plan, and we're going to execute that plan. Period. Same with Julia. We have a plan for you, Julia. We have a plan. We're going to execute it no matter what. They were chosen. We'll see what happens with it, though. We'll see what the end game is for it. But, yeah. They got the push they're going to get no matter what. No matter what. Is there any other example besides those two right now where the fix was in? The push was guaranteed no matter what. Let's see. I don't think so. You could argue maybe Rhea Ripley, but I'm talking about right now. Because I believe Triple H's plan was to always push Rhea Ripley. You saw what he said back in NXT. He literally said, if I had to pick one person to build the division around, it'd be her. So he executed his plan with Rhea Ripley, and it worked out perfect. She's over, she's popular, so he made the right decision. But beyond that, I can't think of anyone else besides Rhea Ripley, Julia, and Jade that was the fix was in. Stephanie, not really with Triple H, not right now. I don't think. I think he sees her as a star, but Not the same as Julia. Stephanie's over, like Rover. Like there's nothing, like she's over. So even if she wasn't the, even the plan, even if the plan wasn't to push her, they had no choice, right? Right. Julia and Jade, the push they're getting is beyond the crowd, beyond the match quality. They're getting the push that they were going to get based on the original plan from the get-go. Whereas Stephanie, I think they're surprised by how popular she was from the get-go. They didn't see that. Remember, Stephanie was this is how I know it's not the case. Stephanie was a happy accident. She was a happy accident. She was not part of the plans. Remember, she was not part of the plans. They had no idea she was coming. That was a surprise getting her. Julia, planned. Jade, planned. Stephanie, oh crap, she's talented. Let's get her. Is she available? Let's get her. Quick. That was never part of the plans. It wasn't some grand master plan for Stephanie. Jade, yes. Julia, yes. If that makes sense. Stephanie's just undeniable. Tiffany? I hear you. But even they couldn't have seen the TV time thing going off the way it did, right? The plan was for her to have a match with Bianca Belair originally, though. So I will give you that. She was brought up to replace Charlotte Flair in the Mania program. But even they didn't see the whole TV time thing going like it did. That Australia thing, they didn't see that. That was shocking. Like, wow, Tiffany's over here in Australia. The TV time chance is going crazy. And it carried over to WWE's USA tours. They didn't see that coming. But I can see what you're talking about. She's going to get a Mania spot against Bianca Belair, which is kind of crazy. So I see what you mean. See what you mean. Once they tasted the crowd support, okay, shoot to the moon. Money in the Bank, definitely fast tracking for sure. Definitely fast tracking. I can't say for a fact that the plan was always to push her this fast in terms of getting the Money in the Bank and winning it. Maybe the reaction from the crowd made her push even faster. But I can argue against it if you think that. I get what you mean, but not as clear as the other two. Not as clear, but it's very possible though. Very possible. I was going to go grab something on Twitter, but I can't remember what it was. So now I'm just scrolling, but I can't remember what I was going to go look for. Oh well, can't remember. Perth, IC changed Tiffany's career. I think so as well. No way to know for sure, but I think it definitely elevated it quicker than they thought. TV time chance was something they did not foresee. What stipulation do you think Ricky and Ethan will have? Probably a street fight. Probably just a street fight. I think that's kind of lame, but probably just a street fight. Or maybe a table match. I don't know. We'll see. Last man standing? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. We'll see what happens with that. They was going to do her and Bianca until Jay stepped in. I mean, her and Bianca. Oh, Tiffany. Yeah. That was the plan. Obviously, it's funny because people were like saying I was wrong for the longest time. Oh, we know you're talking about. It was obvious what they were doing. The first thing Tiffany did, the first thing was face off with Bianca Belair. She went right to Bianca Belair and said, "I'm not afraid to step to the baddest woman in WWE." That's what she said. And she slapped Michin. She literally beat everybody on SmackDown. She beat Michin, she beat Naomi, she beat everybody but Bianca Belair. It was obvious what they were doing. Then Corey Graves said on TV, it was like Tiffany trying to find her own lane to Mania. After he said that, she was off TV completely. And Jay Cargill came out and said, the triple threat match was not the plan. That was not the plan. And I agree with her. It was obvious it wasn't the plan. That's the truth. She's not lying. It was not the plan. They pivoted. They pivoted from Tiffany Bianca to Bianca in a tag match with Jade and Naomi because of Jade Cargill. That's why it happened. That's why it happened. It makes no sense for Tiffany to have a winning streak and then disappear. She was gone, removed from TV for 3 weeks. And guess what? After Mania, the next time she had a match, she lost. Literally, she had an undefeated streak. The next match after Mania, she lost. Lost because the purpose of the streak was over. The streak was going to give her a Mania match with Bianca Belair. Once Mania passed, there's no point to have her being undefeated. So she lost. Her streak was to set up a Mania match with Bianca Belair. Streak against streak. That was going to be the storyline. Streak against streak. But Jade Cargill had to get on the card. No wonder Tiffany hates Jade. I'm kidding. That's a joke. 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 Tiffany doesn't hate Jade Cargill. That's a joke. Her Instagram was a mistake. She didn't mean that. She wasn't paying attention, okay? Why are you booking JG Jane? Oh, yeah, that's what I said. So JG Jane is over here beating up Masha Slamovich. I'm like, why would you be doing that? The plan wasn't for her to win at Evolution. Makes no sense. We're here beating the hell out of Masha Slamovich on TNA TV. Why? Because she will face her at Slammiversary. TNA has plans. They're not worried about NXT. It's been booking for Slammiversary. So they're building towards the match at Slammiversary. Okay. If Jade pins Bianca clean, the IWC would literally explode. Agreed. But not as bad as if you know, not as bad if it was Joshi, right? If Jade pins a Joshi, which we saw Asuka, that was a bigger, you know, explosion in the IWC. For whatever reason, you know. You see that dislike bar on YouTube? Kind of crazy. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? Look at it. I mean, is it that bad? Is it that serious, folks? You tell me. Did Jade beating Asuka in a poor match with a terrible ending, did it deserve this? You tell me. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's like Jey Uso level. That's almost Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, The Rock level. That dislike right there. Think about that when I go get some water. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some water. Look at that. Look at that rating. Look at that dislike bar. Did it deserve that? You tell me. I'll be right back. I swear, there is like an online forum somewhere. There's an online forum where all the Joshi stands get together and say, hey guys, let's all go down and downvote that YouTube video. I'm convinced there's like a weird message board where all the Joshi stands are there and say, let's go downvote that video. I'm convinced. Because it never fails. It never fails. Read the comments. Why would I do that? Why would I engage in that filth? Where the hell is the comments? Not surprised by the audience reaction. Night before, they were cheering for Asuka. They didn't show the messed up finish. Actually, they didn't. No, Asuka is going to have a great match with anyone she wrestled with in ring. Her in-ring work has always been superb. They actually cut the horrible pin. Broke the silence when Jade won. Wanted to see Asuka versus Io. That's why the crowd was so quiet. The crowd was quiet when Jade won. See, they edited out the botch pin. They did all that just to bury Asuka again? She was not buried. These stands need to calm down. Asuka should have won. Asuka's entrance generated more reaction than Jade's triumph. What? That's funny how you phrase that. Asuka's entrance generated more reaction than Jade's triumph. 1,000 dislikes for the match. Asuka deserved to win. Not a single person popped for Jade when she won. The arena did not cheer. They wanted Asuka to win. Bro, seriously? Jade versus Tiffany over Io versus Asuka? Damn, the arena was silent. They were chanting, "We're not looking." What? That for real? That's terrible. Asuka should win more since she may retire soon. Where'd you come up with that one? Who's making up shit? Is anybody going to talk about the horrendous pin and botches? I think everybody talking about it, dude. I think everybody talking about that. On and on and on and complaining. The match wasn't good. It was okay at best. Whose fault is it? Not Asuka's. That's all I'll say. It's not Asuka's fault. But the result was obvious. So I don't know why people are surprised. Like, you thought Asuka was gonna win that match? Come on. Come on. Let's not kid ourselves. Like, let's be honest with yourself. The result was not in question. Those aren't all Joshi stands. I agree. They're Asuka stands. I'm joking. I'm just messing with you. But yes, those aren't all Joshi stands. Yeah, if you took away the Joshi stands, people would have been mad. Yeah, there's the Joshi stands and there's the Asuka stands. That's actually separate. They're not always exactly the same. Because there's some Asuka stands that hate Io. So it's not like, oh, all Joshi stands, all Asuka stands behave like Joshi stands. No, they're different sometimes. And you have the people who hate Jade unreasonably, and then you have the people who are just like looking at it honestly, like me. Like, Matt wasn't great. Jade isn't great in the ring, and that's just the reality situation. So there's one big pie of negativity. Some honest and it makes sense. Others a little bit over the top with their hate toward Jade. But I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Jade is not great in the ring. I think her push was set in stone because of her look, and that's not going to change. So we got to just accept it. I think she'd be better off being booked as a heel. I always say this because the heel can slow down the match. A heel can operate slowly while the babyface tried to get things going and bring the energy. The heel can be the person slowing it down. You slow it down, there's less mistakes. Okay, I book her as the dominant heel, but that's just me. They're doing her as a face. I think that's a mistake, but is what it is. Nobody hates Jade. We just know she ain't all that she's hyped up to be. Some will call that hate. I don't disagree with you, but some people call that hate. You should be a heel. It's easier to book. It's easier to book heels in the ring. So look at Nia Jax. It will be harder to book her as a face, but easier to book her as a heel. Same with Jade. Same situation with Jade. She's still very raw, which is unfortunate. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Bianca didn't help really. Not going to help. So yeah, it is what it is with Jade. Make it better over time, but it won't be like a quick growth spurt. So we'll have to accept the reality of the situation. Tiffany faced Jade earlier this year. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad. It was okay. So maybe it'll be all right. Maybe Tiffany be all right. I'm hoping for the Naomi cash in. Probably won't happen at Evolution, but I can always hope. I can always hope. Why are some of the Joshis in Atlanta? Not Atlanta, in Los Angeles. Like, why is Misa Matsui in Los Angeles? Why is Sari in LA? What's happening? Somebody tell me. What's happening in LA right now? Why are so many Joshis going to LA? Anybody tell me why that's happening? Because I'm looking at Misa Matsui saying, I'm in LA. Sari said the same thing. I'm in LA. What is going on? Here's Sari. What is happening in LA? Does anyone know? I sure as hell don't. If Asuka won the Queen of the Ring, she would have created a new heel gimmick with it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how you could possibly say that. Unless you're in the writing room. Nobody knows what's happening in LA? That's okay. AW fans hate Jade. That's my what they do. They hate Jade. AW fans hate Jade. Stardom fans hate Rossi. They also hate CM Punk. What else do they hate? Jade, CM Punk. Those are two big ones. They kind of hate Mariah May now. I'm sorry, Blake Monroe. They kind of hate Blake Monroe now. Because you dare to say her dream was to WWE. So they hate her too now. Kind of funny. This is so fake. This is a fake graphic. This is a fake graphic, I assure you. I'm sure. I'm showing it because I think it's fake. Why would this be shown? Is SmackDown available to watch right now? Oh, Espo. Okay, thank you for the anime Espo. Shibuken. I say Shibuken. Sukuban. Sukuban is live in anime Espo. Okay, I gotcha. That makes sense. I didn't know Mish. Oh, she's going for the Espo. Okay, she's going for the Espo. 3 has to work because she is a champion. 3's champion for that promotion. Maybe Misa Matsui just going for the actual Espo. Makes sense. I'm surprised that promotion is still like. I won't say what I want to say about that promotion. They have 2 shows a year. 2 shows a year. Anyway. Any other questions? Going on 2 hours. before we wrap it up here. Any last questions from anyone about anything or wrap it up? Drew McIntyre is trending. I wonder why. Yes, read my comment, please, William. Okay, let's see. I was thinking earlier today at work, I don't think Belair would fare well in AW as a face hair twirl. I think AW crowds would reject her and want a more aggressive Bianca Belair. Kill Bianca Belair. What do you think? I think she'd be popular no matter what. I don't think her gimmick would not work. Look at Mina Shirakawa. She's over. She dances, smiles down the ring. Look at Willow Nightingale. She's bubbly and happy. Like, I don't think that's a problem. They would pop for her twirly Bianca Belair in AW. There's no evidence to say otherwise. I disagree. Do you think the idea with your suggestion for the speculation of Bianca and Naomi at WWE SummerSlam 2025? Or you like? Oh, thank you. I think it makes most sense. Well, I think it's the most compelling thing to do. Although I fear it's not going to happen. If you're going to have Bianca Belair return at SummerSlam or return for a SummerSlam program, what's the most compelling thing to do? Have her go up against Naomi? That's fine. Have her team up with Jade? That's a mistake, I think. Been there, done that. The most compelling angle, having Bianca Belair choose to work with Naomi. That would give me the most interesting development would be Bianca and Naomi working together. That would put Bianca Belair kind of on the back burner when it comes to title chases, but that's fine. If the plan is to do Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley next year, you want her to be on the back burner. It'd be similar to what he did with Rhea Ripley. Before Rhea Ripley won the Royal Rumble and then beat Charlotte Flair, what was she doing? Working with the Judgment Day, helping Judgment Day win, helping Dom and Finn and the crew, and then it was time to pull the trigger. He pulled the trigger. If you wanted to put Bianca Belair away from the title picture, you have her helping Naomi for the time being. You go into Crown Jewel, you have Rhea Ripley against Naomi, champion versus champion. That's when Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley cross paths again. And then Bianca Belair wins the Rumble and chases Rhea Ripley. That's a viable solution. LA Expo. Oh, okay. Wait, Victoria Yuzuki's going as well? Jerry? Misa Matsui, Rhea Seto, Victoria Yuzuki, Sari, and Tomoka is all going to be there? Will it be televised? Suki Iban? Will it be televised? I saw a Mercedes fan on TikTok saying Bianca Belair would never win a championship again. So people aren't serious. I also think Stephanie will win the Battle Royal. I think that's going to happen. If Bianca Belair is not in there, and I think she won't be, I don't think Bianca Belair will be in the Battle Royal. I could be wrong. If she is, she's winning it. If not, Stephanie wins. Because let's say, for example, hypothetically speaking, let's say the Battle Royal will only have people who don't have matches planned. Okay? So think about that. If you have a match set for Evolution, you won't be in the Battle Royal. And if you have a match already set for SummerSlam, a la Jade Cargill, if you have the Money in the Bank briefcase, a la Naomi, you also won't be in there. That takes out Naomi, Jade, no Jordynne Grace, no Charlotte Flair, no Rhea, no Io, I think no Becky, no Bayley, and Lyra, because I think they'll be in a triple threat match. no, um, no Lex, no, okay, screw it. Okay, I'm sorry. If you did not see SmackDown, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't resist anymore. I can't resist anymore. I can't. Um, that's why I'm smiling when I said Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. I'm telling you right now. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss are in the damn match. Okay, they won. They're going to be in the match. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry. They're going to be in the match. I can't not say it because I keep slipping up anyway. I keep slipping up, so I'm just going to say it. Charlotte and Alexa Bliss are on Evolution. So no, they will not be in that battle royal, assuming. So who's the big fish in the match? Who are the big fish? Stephanie Vaquer. Let's say for argument's sake that Bianca Belair is injured. Stephanie Vaquer, and then what? Nia Jax. Those are two big fish. Then what? Got your Natties. Got your Maxine's, assuming they're not in a tag match. Got your Ivy Niles. You got your Meechins. Got your B-Fabs. Got your Piper Niven's and your Alpha Fires. Like, who are the big fish in the Battle Royal, assuming everyone who has a match won't be in it? Like, you can't double dip. I think Nia and Stephanie Vaquer may have a legend here and there. Maybe you have Nikki Bella in there. But who are your realistic winners? Probably just Stephanie. Am I wrong? Like, am I wrong? Can you think of anyone else? There's nobody else that is like a big fish in the Battle Royal beyond Nia Jax and Stephanie Vaquer. Lyra's in the triple threat, I think. Becky's gonna be occupied. Bayley's gonna be occupied. Let's see. WWE roster. Let's see. Asuka. Oh yeah, that's another one. Thank you. Assuming Asuka's not in a tag match, which I don't think she will. Asuka, Kyrie. Okay, I'm missing some people on Raw. Asuka, Kyrie, Stephanie, Nia Jax. Those are your big fish in the Battle Royal. But beyond that, I think that's it. Really? Maybe you might see an NXT talent. Maybe you might see a Jada Parker or like a Soruka, maybe. But that's pretty much it. Those are probably your big four. Probably see Candice LeRae in there. You'll see Chelsea Green. But Chelsea's another one. Chelsea Green. She's a popular person. So it should be in there. Chelsea, Stephanie, Nia Jax, Asuka, Kyrie. Some solid names. Maybe Kiana James. Maybe Natalia, maybe Maxine. But yeah, those are the big fish. Those couple right there. I want Stephanie. Stephanie wants to face Io, not Rhea Ripley. Well, Stephanie said her dream match is Rhea Ripley, for what it's worth. What's up, David? You missed the stream. She said her dream match is Rhea Ripley. I think Stephanie wins the Battle Royal. I think she faces Rhea Ripley at Clash in Paris. Spoiler alert, Rhea's going to win the belt. Rhea is going to win the belt. So, yeah. Stephanie Vaquer. Dream match. That's what she said. Here you go. Evan Vaquera says Rhea Ripley is her WrestleMania opponent, rematch WrestleMania opponent. There it is right there. So you're going to get a rematch in Paris, Stephanie. Don't Cesare, don't Free got 1,000-day title reign for that promotion? It's kind of long. I wouldn't say 1,000 days. I could be wrong. 3. I know she's champion, but I don't think it's 1,000 days. It's not that long. No way. I'm gonna say no. Cage match. The titles. Yeah, not that long. It's nowhere close. It's like 264 days, 267 days. She's just not defending it really. Yeah, so she had the long title reign, but not that long. Less than a year. Less than a year. It is. It's 267 days. But it's a nothing reign. To be with all due respect to Bull Nakano, it's a nothing reign. Rhea is very popular even outside of wrestling. She is very popular. She's so popular that the biggest star in Japan right now, Sai Kamatani, she said that Rhea Ripley was her inspiration to go darker and leaning into the more goth glamour thing that Rhea does. She said that she was inspired by Rhea Ripley. Even the biggest star in Japan right now, Sai Kamatani, was inspired by Rhea Ripley. It's kind of crazy. She's undeniable. Undeniable. Sai Kamatani on being inspired by Rhea Ripley. I saw her in photos and videos, and I was captivated by her. She's visually very beautiful and glamorous. She's also like a dark hero. Okay, interesting. A dark anti-hero. She's saying. So yeah, the biggest stars in Japan are even being influenced by this woman. So like her impact is massive. Can't be denied. Rhea Ripley is a force to be reckoned with. I can't lie. Can't lie. Check my mentions. There not be anything to annoy me. Ministry. We're getting blocked. Let's see. Look at my mentions. I don't see nothing. Wait a minute. Masha is getting that NXT title. Let's see. Okay, there's a lot of responses to this. Let's see. Know why? What? Left my ass off. That's why they gave it to JC. Yes. Completely, the booking of these matches is more of a problem than the broadcast time. It did Masha versus JC 2, by the way. That was non-title. Masha helps Jordan at Evolution. JC cost the champion for a champion match. No, I disagree with that. Let's see, let her enjoy her man too. What? Oh, that was a joke. You being sarcastic. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. Masha, oh, here it is. Here's what you wanted me to see. Okay. Who's your dream opponent? Probably say EO here, right? Is that what you're about to tell me? EO Sky. Yeah, she's all over the place. But then she wrestled her. She wrestled her on Raw. So now it's Rhea Ripley. She's all over the place. Says Rhea Ripley one day, says EO the next day. But she said her dream WrestleMania opponent is Rhea Ripley. Is Rhea popular for her wrestling ability, bro? Miniature Dark, what's wrong with you? She's popular for many reasons. The look, her look, in her aura, the goth makeup is a big part of that. I'm not naive. Like even we even listened to what Sai Kamtani said. Sai Kamtani said she was captivated by her look, how beautiful she was, and how dark she was. Right? Rhea Ripley's looks, her aura, her style is very much why she's so popular. It's a big part of it. Duh. That's how it is with women wrestling in particular. In ring comes last when it comes to her popularity. That's a fact. But she's well-rounded superstar. She can talk solid on the mic. She's good in the ring. Great look, superstar look. So she got all the tools. Got all the tools. Meanwhile, I feel bad talking about Tiffany these days. I really feel bad about her. She is one of my faves from NXT. But I'm just not loving what's happening right now with her booking, her character work, her promo style. It's just really, really bland and boring, unfortunately. I'm saddened by it. I'm hoping that once she drops the belt, Tiffany can get put in a storyline that is more interesting, that shows her having to struggle a bit, maybe do some more promo work within a different context. Right now, what is she doing with her right now? It's just bland and boring. I'm sorry. And you'll see that more tonight on SmackDown. It's just really, really bland, generic, nothing storylines with Tiffany, nothing promos. And I'm just hoping that I miss Bianca Belair on SmackDown. Hoping for the cash in on SmackDown. Something to make something interesting. Something to make something interesting. What am I talking about? Something that interesting. I'm just hoping for something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Wow, we're still going. Over 2 hours and we're still going. What is happening right now? Austin Theory saying don't stop for nothing. Okay. Nothing else really to talk about, I don't think. Well, there's always something to talk about, but nothing else to call out that I can think about. Let's see. Nothing else to talk about. All right, folks. That is it for the stream. Do me a favor. Hit like. Subscribe if not subscribed. Leave a comment. Leave a like. And yeah, hopefully tonight. So when is SmackDown gonna be available? When is SmackDown gonna be available on NXT? On Netflix, not NXT, you dummy. When is it gonna be available to watch on Netflix? At 8? Or will they just drop it earlier? I don't know. I don't know how it works. But for the international audience, it'll be on SmackDown. SmackDown will be on Netflix at some point. For the international viewers, I just don't know when. Normal time at 8? With no commercials, right? I can skip through. That's how NXT was. There's no commercials on Netflix. You kind of skip through it. So yeah, I'm hoping that 8 o'clock I can just put on SmackDown. So I don't know what's going to happen. So just skip around and see what I want to see. Skip some matches. Yeah, that's the plan for tonight. But yeah, you watch SmackDown at 8 without commercial breaks. Skip to the main event if you want. That'll be fun. All right, folks. Thanks so much. Talk to you guys later. Peace.